If you're a fisherman, one question you inevitably end up asking yourself is, how much is too much to spend on gear? And I know that's a question that I asked myself when I first, got a boat, realized I was going to need a few more combos to, fish effectively. That's a question I had to ask myself because I was looking around and I was seeing rods for $150, $200, $300, and upwards. And when I discovered the NRX Plus, I was like, oh my God, $625. Who's spending that much on a single rod, let alone the reel? Well, I have a ton of gear now, including an NRX Plus, and I think I'm in somewhat of a position to be able to confidently say that you don't need gear that is that expensive. And let me tell you a little bit why. Now, let me just tell you about the NRX Plus first a little bit. Incredible rod. This is the 873 CRR. That stands for Carolina Rig Rod. But anybody, you look in the forums, anybody that knows anything about the NRX Plus rods knows that the 873 CRR is known as one of the best jig rods, Texas rig rods that money can buy. And that's why I wanted it. That's, I fish a lot of jigs and Texas rigs, so I wanted the best. I didn't want to ever have to buy another jig rod again. And when you're buying an NRX Plus, you're buying it for sensitivity. You're buying it for build quality. You're buying it because the cork is beautiful. You're buying it because they're super lightweight. I said sensitive, right? Well, I'll say it again. They're extra sensitive. They're really great rods. And they come with an excellent warranty, so they take care of you if anything happens to them. A lot of reasons to buy this rod, but it is $625, which is a large pill to swallow for 98% of fishermen. I'll tell you right now, there's no reason for me to have this rod. My skill level certainly doesn't dictate having this rod. And, I just have it because I'm a gear nerd, and, the opportunity came for me to get it, so I got it. And it's an amazing rod. When you spend $625, you expect it to be good, and it is good. That being said, let me put this down and let me show you another rod. This is the Shimano Poison Adrena 7'2" heavy. This is another amazing jig and Texas rig rod. It is very lightweight, it's sensitive, it's incredibly crispy and balanced feeling. Just an amazing jig and Texas rig rod. Again, very expensive. It's $390. It used to be $360, $370 until Shimano bumped the price up. I think I might actually prefer this rod to that rod. In my opinion, this is right there with that NRX Plus. It is just as balanced, if not balanced a little bit better. It might be a little heavier, maybe by, a couple tenths of an ounce. You're not going to notice it at all because of the balance. It's balanced incredibly well. Sensitivity, I truly believe it's right there with the NRX Plus. I could not notice a difference in sensitivity. You're going to feel the same exact bites. You're going to feel the same rocks that you're dragging the jig over. You'd be splitting hairs to say that that rod is more sensitive than this one. Now, why am I showing this rod to you? Yes, it's still expensive. It's $390. It's not $625 though. This is almost half the price of that rod, and I'd pick this rod up confidently next to that rod any day. And I guess my point is, once you start spending a certain amount of money, there's absolutely 100% diminishing returns. I recently reviewed, maybe not recently, a few months ago reviewed the Shimano Corrado line of rods, where I used the 7'2" heavy, this version of the Shimano Corrado, the new one. And that was an incredible rod. Such a great, amazing value. And I believe it came in at $130. So while I was testing out that 7'2" heavy Corrado, I kept this rod in the locker. And to be quite honest, there were times where I forgot that I wasn't using this rod. That's how much I like that Corrado. So I guess my point is, there are amazing values in the fishing world. And I really think that the greatest return for your money is that $150 to $300 price range. I think once you're spending that much money, that's going to be the best bang for your buck. Anything more than that is kind of frivolous. You don't need it. If you love it, if you love fishing enough and you love gear enough to get that and you can afford it, go for it. There's no reason why you can't. This NRX Plus is an amazing rod. I don't want it to seem like, I'm downplaying the quality of this rod. It is one of the best rods that money could buy. I don't want new fishermen or even tournament anglers, you know, amateur tournament anglers. I don't want people that have been fishing for 20 years who can't afford this stuff to think that they're missing out, or that they can't compete against the people that are using this stuff, because you absolutely 100% can. You know, if I could never use this rod again, I'd be completely happy using this Poison Adrena. I just want to make the point, you know, I've gotten the chance to fish with some high quality gear, including this Poison Adrena and the NRX Plus. And the thing that I've found is that you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on gear to come out and have a good time. You don't need to spend that much money to fish in tournaments. You don't. You see the pros fishing. What are they fishing? They're fishing $200 rods, you know, because they have to have 12 of them on the deck. They're not going to have 12 $600-700 rods on the deck. It just doesn't make any sense, you know. So I don't want people to be discouraged if they can't afford this, or they can't justify purchasing rods like the Poison Adrena, like the NRX Plus, because you can come out, you could have just as good of a time, you could catch just as many fish fishing with $150 rods, fishing with $100 rods. Buy what you can afford. Buy what makes you happy. But don't look at other people fishing this stuff and think that you're missing out on anything, or that they're a better fisherman than you. You know, and I've been there. I've been looking at people fishing expensive stuff and thinking that, you know, they had a leg up. I can assure you that they do not. You're going to catch the same fish that you can catch using the NRX on this Poison Adrena. And you can catch all the fish that you're going to catch on this rod using a Shimano Zodius. Now, those are the rods I'm using as an example. I've used all of these rods, so like the Shimano Zodius. So I'm just throwing those names out there. Whatever brand you like, just use it, man. Just go out, just catch fish, have fun. Don't get caught up on the price of gear. Don't get caught up on what other people are using. Use what makes you happy. If you could afford it, buy the best value for your money. Like I said, that $150 to $250, $300. Anything more than that, you're gonna start seeing a little less return for the money you spend. Meaning, like I said, this Poison Adrena, I think is just as sensitive as the NRX Plus. You know, I can't really notice too much of a tangible difference. So if you love G Loomis, if you like incredibly nice gear, if you like nice stuff, sure, spend the money. But if you're a value guy, I tend to be a value guy, don't sweat it, man. Just buy what makes you happy, buy what you can have fun with. So I think that's gonna wrap up that video. Just like I said, a little short thing. I just wanted to get that message out there because I know I was in that position once. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching as always. Click the notification bell. That's something I haven't said in my previous videos a lot. Do that if you like my videos. If not, don't worry about it. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.